Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. How are y'all doing today? I'm going to continue reading SAVITRI by Sri Aurobindo. We're continuing on where we left off. Book 2, the Book of the Traveler of Worlds, Canto 7, The Descent into Night. The Descent into Night. A mind absolved from life, made calm to know, a heart discovered from the blindness of the pang, the seal of tears, the bond of ignorance. He turned to find that wide world failure's cause. Away he looked from nature's visible face, and sent his gaze into the viewless vast, the formidable unknown infinity. Asleep behind the endless coil of things that carries the universe in its timeless breadths, and the ripples of its being are our lives. The worlds are built by its unconscious breath, and matter and mind are its figures or its powers. Our waking thoughts, the output of its dreams. The veil was rent that covers nature's depths. He saw the fount of the world's lasting pain, and the mouth of the black pit of ignorance. The evil guarded at the roots of life raised up its head and looked into his eyes. On a dim bank where dies subjective space, from a stark ridge overlooking all that is, a tenebrous awakened nescience, her wide blank eyes wondering at time and form, stared at the inventions of the living void, and the abyss whence our beginnings rose. Behind appeared a gray carved mask of night, watching the birth of all created things, a hidden prescience conscious of its force, a vague and lurking presence everywhere, a contrary doom that threatens all things made, a death figuring as the dark seed of life, seemed to engender and to slay the world. Then, from the somber mystery of the gulfs and from the hollow bosom of the mask, something crept forth that seemed a shapeless thought. A fatal influence upon creatures stole, whose lethal touch pursued the immortal spirit. On life was laid the haunting finger of death, and overcast with error, grief and pain, the soul's native will for truth and joy and light. A deformation coiled that claimed to be the being's very turn, nature's true drive, a hostile and perverting mind at work, its every corner ensconced of conscious life, corrupted truth with her own formulas, interceptor of the listening of the soul, afflicting knowledge with the hue of doubt. It captured the oracles of the occult gods, effaced the signpost of life's pilgrimage, canceled the firm rock edicts graved by time, and on the foundation of the cosmic law erected its bronze pylons of misrule. Even light and love by that cloaked dangerous spell turned from the brilliant nature of the gods to the fallen angels and misleading sons. Note, every time in this book so far I've seen sons, no matter what context it's used in, it's always spelled S-U-N-S. Continue on at line 55. Became themselves a danger and a charm, a perverse sweetness, heaven-born malfeasance. Its power could deform divinest things. A wind of sorrow breathed upon the world. All thought with falsehood was besieged. All act stamped with defect or with frustration sign. All high attempt with failure or vain success. But none could know the reason for his fall. The gray mask whispered and thought no sound was heard. Yet in the ignorant heart a seed was sown that bore black fruit of its suffering, death, and bale. Out of the chill steps of a bleak unseen, invisible, wearing the night's gray mask, arrived the shadowy, dreadful messengers, invaders from a dangerous world of power, ambassadors of evil's absolute. In the silence the inaudible voices spoke, hands that none saw planted the fatal grain. No form was seen, yet a dire work was done. An iron decree in crooked unicles written imposed the law of sin and adverse fate. Life looked at him with change and somber eyes. Her beauty he saw, and the yearning heart in things that with a little happiness is content, answering to a small ray of truth or love. He saw her golden sunlight and her far blue sky, her green of leaves and hue of and scent of flowers, and the charm of children and the love of friends, and the beauty of women and kindly hearts of men, but saw too the dreadful powers that drive her moods, and the anguish she has strewn upon her ways, fate waiting on the unseen steps of men, and her evil sorrow at last gift of death, a breath of delusion and decadence, corrupting, watched for life's maturity, and made to rot the full grain of the soul. Progress became a purveyor of death, a world that clung to the law of a slain light, cherished the putrid corpses of dead truths, hailed twisted forms as things free, new and true. Beauty from ugliness and evil drank, feeling themselves guests at a banquet of the gods, and tasted corruption like a high-spiced food. A darkness settled on the heavy air. It hunted the bright smile from nature's lips and slew the native confidence in the heart, and put fear's crooked look into her eyes. The lust that warps the spirit's natural good, replaced by a manufactured virtue and vice. The frank, spontaneous impulse of the soul, afflicting nature with its dual life. Their twin values wedded a forbidden zest, made evil a relief from spurious good. The ego battened on righteous and sin, and each became an instrument of hell. In rejected heaps by a monotonous road, the old simple delights were left to lie. On the wasteland of life's descent tonight, all glory of life was dimmed, tarnished with doubt, all beauty ended in an aging face. All power was dubbed by a tyranny cursed by God, truth a fiction needed by the mind. The chase of joy was now a tired hunt. All knowledge was left a questioning ignorance. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to start doing a little shorter videos. See what y'all think about that. Please comment in the sections below how I'm doing. Like I said, this is my first time trying anything like this. I appreciate y'all for joining me. Sending everyone lots of healing, love, and light. We're all one. Todos somos uno. Muy bien. Check out my beautiful audience. Sweet little puppy dogs. My sweet little puppy dogs. I'll be back soon. Love y'all. Have a good day.